I have to point this out. I'm sorry. Oh shit. Okay. Gotta point this out. This is. How do you get this happen?
Their usual region of operation, the skillful aerial combatants of MTF Sigma 9
Sigma. Oh my. This is bullshit. No, for real, this is absolutely bullshit. Like, what the fuck? Oh my. Like, what the fuck? Like, seriously, what the hell? What the fuck? Oh my gosh, I'm out of this, man. I'll be right back. I can change some of my anger anyways. Unless it's something really fucking stupid and really pissing me off, but unfortunately that's...
scrambled from their airbase in Scandinavia and
yeah, this is the first time I've seen this too. This best of the bit at least.
Until Sigma 9 arrived, a different mobile task force was deployed, known for expertise in airborne anomalies, MTF Lambda 4, Bird Watchers. From within the command deck of his ship, Serpentius assessed the incoming hostiles, and, with a devious flourish, ordered his henchmen to engage all weapon systems. As hellish weaponry bombarded the surrounding buildings, collateral damage was unavoidable. Even Husk had to swerve and dodge to avoid being downed by the artillery fire of his supposed compatriot. While Lambda 4 was largely in over their heads with the sheer amount of firepower the demonic steampunk-style airship was outputting, a few of their paratrooper members were able to use this opening to reach and restrain Husker, the first of the Has-Been Hotel demons to actually be caught. He would naturally be interrogated to provide intel on the others, which, to the surprise of the MTF agents, Husker provided voluntarily. Because he was the barkeep of the refreshment bar at the hotel itself, Husker knew a great deal about the secrets of everyone else who stayed and worked there. He also appeared to be something of a gossip, despite his brusque demeanor. There would be more from him as the situation developed, but for now, the bulk of Mobile Task Force infantry was split between two fronts. The Vanguard...
Okay! Pause. So someone who works at a bar as the bartender just knows those secrets. If you know, you know. What the... Hold on. What in the actual hell am I... You know, if you know, you know, thanks to the R, yeah, I'm not gonna say the rest. I'm not gonna say the rest. If you know, the 30, you know, I'm not gonna finish the number. I'm sorry. I'm not finishing it, cause I'm not getting any of the other scars. I guess. Anyways. Anyways, let's get back to the video.
And Nifty in an attempt to minimize the danger they posed, while a smaller and more diplomatically flying stealth force would trail Charlie Morningstar as she searched for the rest of the group. At the moment, Charlie seemed most concerned with the whereabouts of Alistair. This was because she trusted Baggy the most, and thus believed that she could handle the task of managing Angel Dust and Nifty, and quite possibly trusted the radio demon the least. The personnel tracking her were instructed to be ready to encounter Alistair as well, and to expect anything from him. The Mobile Task Force agents were upon Angel Dust, Baggy, and Nifty first, prompting Baggy to try diplomacy. Naturally, being a gremlin and a sugar-high spider, Angel Dust and Nifty scattered into the nearby alleyways, leading the MTF in two directions, while Baggy slaps her forehead with disappointment. The couple of agents that remained behind had their guns pointed at Baggy and instructed her to put her hands in the air. Not one to appreciate authority other than Charlie's, Baggy manifested her pointy spear and used the edge of it to slash through the guns at close range. She would avoid dealing death blows, even though she easily could, and skirmish with the agents while searching for an escape route. Meanwhile, in one of the alleyways, Angel Dust was cornered against a brick wall as the agents closed in with their guns. Angel squinted and did a quick head count of the number of guns. Upon realizing that there were exactly 6 agents, Angel Dust cracked a big smile and released all 6 of his own retractable limbs, each holding a machine gun of its own. He made a witty joke about how their numbers were even now, and proceeded to blow the Mobile Task Force agents away with his equivalent force of weapons. Nifty, on the other hand, wasn't in fight mode so much as run around in unpredictably wild circles mode. She picked the lock to the back door of a restaurant and started racing around inside the building, finding the closet full of cleaning supplies almost immediately. What followed from there was a pattern of Nifty rushing away from her pursuers, knocking something in the kitchen or dining area over to accidentally obstruct them, then obsessively cleaning up her mess while evading capture. She couldn't run forever, and before long, Nifty was the second to be captured.
Oh my
Still at
gosh.
large are Alaska the Radio Demon, Angel Dust, Charlie Morningstar, Serpentius, and Baggy. The hunt is about...
Why did you get Lucifer? How about you interrogate the one you interrogate and figure out if they call Lucifer? Would they just go back home? It would have been very over quickly, you stupid fucking... If they came from hell, try to find a way some Lucifers and call them up. To think about it, it would have worked by now. Oh my gosh, you fucking people, I just don't understand.
To get even more dangerous, as Alistair sets foot inside the building for the city's...
I meant to have to sacrifice me, but I'm not gonna go summon it down.
Rush towards the lobby as the antlered figure seems to glitch the air around them with unusual visual distortions. His limbs extend outward beyond his already prodigious height and brutally grab and throw the security guards against the wall, where they splatter like bloody fireworks. The radio demon laughs as he returns to normal size and moves towards the elevator. Before he can enter, a few members of the Mobile Task Force manage to get inside the radio building and open fire on Alaska, who smiles ominously. Black tentacles straight out of a game of Dungeons and Dragons emerge from the floor and
Oh my gosh.
The elevator.
If you know the game D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, if you know, you know, because that game... Well, by that I mean, if you know Dungeons and Dragons and how it all... If you know the all... Oh my gosh, if you love playing the game, then you know you know. You know you know. Oh my gosh. Back to the video, because I'm really interested.
Alistair's devious grin. The elevator doors close, and with them, Alistair's devious grin disappears. He's now heading up towards the higher floors, ready to begin a terrifying broadcast that the mortal world will never forget. Outside, Sigma 9 arrives, and Serpentius is...
What if you just break the antenna? Can you just shoot the antenna down quickly first?
His airship might
Or
have
just
appeared
cut the
to
electricity off?
those found
That's simple.
in the
Cut
world,
both of them
but
off,
his
actually.
tank minions didn't have the coordination to win the battle on a tactical level. MTF Sigma 9 uses missiles and tight maneuvers to lure Serpentius' ship over to the city bay, where they proceed to take it down with the full brunt of their arsenal. The steampunk craft hits the surface of the water, and its crew is soon retrieved and added to the list of captives. Serpentius and his eggs are brought into a temporary holding cell with Nifty and Husker. Nifty has been put in an extra strong straitjacket, but is still practically bouncing off the walls. As for Husker, the winged cat has been calm and compliant ever since the leader of Lambda 4 lent him a flask to drink from. The drinky demon continues to provide the SCP Foundation with a steady stream of information regarding the others that have appeared in the real world. He seems to speak of Alistair with the most contempt and offers the Mobile Task Force as a major warning about exactly what the radio demon can do when he's feeling malicious. Nifty would chime in occasionally to praise Alistair, saying how cool and dreamy he was, much to the annoyance of Husker and confusion of the MTF agents, who didn't realize that the one-eyed demon was apparently 22 years old, despite her size. Elsewhere,
22 years old?
and find their way to Charlie.
Oh, fuck, it's like 5-year-old maybe.
Members of the Mobile Task Force. There is apprehension and concern from SCP Foundation personnel that Lucifer's daughter could go nuclear. But in contrast to the worst-case scenario, she merely tries to explain what has been going on. Charlie Morningstar had apparently been trying to help the guests in her hotel to get to heaven, and recently she had discovered a way to allow the next best thing. Her plan was to see if she could physically transport her sinners to the pearly gates, but the infernal artifact she was using to ensure a smooth trip malfunctioned, and only took them as far as the mortal realm. She had tried to help her friends and guests all get back to hell for another attempt, but the magic that brought them here had also separated them too. In a risky diplomatic move, the SCP Foundation agents assure Charlie that 3 of her associates are safe and in the same location. They go on to state that no harm will come to herself or the ones she is with if she surrenders willingly. Reluctantly, Charlie concedes to the demands, but is reminded by Baggy that Alistair is still out there in the city. The radio demon is a total wild card, even to his fellow demons, and there was a chance that he could be committing evil just for the fun of it. This description seemed to match up with the intelligence that Husker had provided, and it was enough for the Foundation to preemptively assign the Keter Object class to Alistair and make the call to hasten his capture. It would prove to be a wise decision, albeit slightly later.
It could have just covered it. Oh, maybe they were just lazy. They could have just realized that they want to save time. Today, I guess you. Oh my god, I'm gonna rip the rest of it.
Stand with the sound of Alistair's voice. The broadcast of this sick torture remix track was almost a cognito hazard for the people of the city, and things could only get worse if it became apparent to the entire population that it was caused by a demon from hell. There was no way that an ordinary mobile task force could stand against the fallen might of a serial-killing demon overlord, which Alistair most certainly was. So the order was given to open Pandora's box. That is to say, Mobile Task Force Omega-7, aka Pandora's box, was going to be activated for the sake of bringing its unlikely and enigmatic leader into the fold. SCP-076-2, also known as Abel, was an ancient and immortal warrior whose murderous drive to claim glory in battle had caused the Foundation a number of problems in the past. But right now, his ability to fight toe-to-toe with another anomalous monster was the only hope that they had of capturing and containing Alistair the Radio Demon. Abel wouldn't take much convincing to join the battle. A mere summary of Alistair as an adversary was all that the powerful master of weapons needed to deem him worthy of a fight to the death. While the SCP Foundation assured Charlie Morningstar that they would do their best to mitigate Abel's bloodlust, the truth was that permanently neutralizing Alistair could become the correct course of action if the demon continued to wreak havoc on the lives of the city. Mobile Task Force Omega-7 arrived in armored cars surrounding the perimeter of the radio building and deployed their full loadout of anti-anomalous weaponry. Abel was the first inside, and opted to climb the stairs, as the elevator would be too slow for the pace that he was able to move. Within less than a minute, he was on the same floor as Alistair the Radio Demon. Abel walked into the bloodbath, manifesting a black longsword from thin air, along with a short sword to hold in his other hand. He stalked through the corrupted nightmare of the station, which was all beneath his notice, and approached his latest opponent. Alistair turned to face Abel, and the two introduced themselves to each other in warrior fashion. Alistair was quick to joke about the biblical meaning behind Abel's name, and implied that it was very fitting for the canonical first murder victim to be struck down by a serial-killing sinner. Abel merely laughed him off, amused by how hard his opponent seemed to be trying to be slick and threatening. Actions speak louder than words was Abel's philosophy, and he chose to act on it immediately, rushing Alistair with a flurry of sword strikes. Alistair, in turn, began to demonstrate his ability to dodge every attack that came at him with grace and fluidity. Abel was undaunted, as he was about to reveal that there was more to his power than Alistair could predict. Streaks of darkness began to pass through the entire room, turning into bladed wires that were extremely durable, despite how thin they were. Alistair's options for motion were restricted, forcing him to use his microphone-topped staff to block Abel's sword swings. The ball was in the radio demon's court now, so he served up some tentacles, which managed to clear the black razor wire that Abel had planted. It wasn't as clean as the radio demon hoped, however, and even his summoned tentacles took damage when cut by Abel's blades. Alistair hadn't faced a warrior like this in hell, so he asked Abel why he had never heard of such a story combatant. Abel's answer was simple yet scathing. He stated that hell was for people who died, which to him meant losers. He drove the point home by cleaving through Alistair's microphone staff, which resulted in a sudden rapid drop in the Radio Demon's combat capability. Backed into a corner, Alistair's eyes glowed with rage and distortion. It seemed like he was about to reveal a further level of power. Abel braced himself for whatever was coming, and the next round of their showdown would not come to be. Abel's backup arrived.
I don't know. I kind of feel bad for the Radio Demon a little bit, not really.
Showed Alistair a laptop screen, a live feed that would allow Charlie Morningstar to reason with the wayward hotelier. Abel stood back, but stood ready in case Alistair decided to make another hostile move. But it seemed that the speech from Charlie was already having an effect. The reality distortion around Alistair continued to calm down as he heard his demonic patron out. Soon, he had terminated all signs of aggression. The Radio Demon returned to his typical smiling demeanor and agreed to come along and be reunited with the rest of the Has-Been Hotel crew. Though every single one of the demons were apprehended, the damage to the city was a statistical nightmare. Great pains had to be taken to administer amnestics and cover up the cause of the destruction. Thankfully, Charlie Morningstar was able to lead her group in assisting with cleanup. In practice, a lot of the work was accomplished by Nifty after she was given a sugary soda to make up for the time that she had been kept in captivity. Once the situation had been effectively managed, the SCP Foundation decided that there was only one containment procedure that would be effective for the slew of demons, sending them all back to hell. Charlie and the rest agreed to the terms. There were some that took a great deal of convincing, but it was clear that the world of the living was simply not a place where any of them could live happy and normal lives. They would all have to take their chances working their way up to heaven again, and, as far as the SCP Foundation was concerned, those were matters best left between the demons and angels. With a little help from SCP-343, the demons were sent back from whence they came, while never leaving our hearts. Check out the Dr. Bob Patreon and become a junior researcher today. Now go and watch another entry from the files of Dr. Bob, like Top 10, 15 Insanely Evil SCP.
Compilation, okay. Now that's 2 hours long. Oh, hell no, I'm not watching that. Nobody watching. Let's. Wow, 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 wow. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this is not. Oh. But for her, I guess if she likes it, she likes it. If she doesn't, then yeah. Either way, I'm still not doing it in public. But I would go way farther than the forest. In the forest, at least, to do it. Just to get not caught, and also to have public indecency. That too, charge. I do not want that. And they have to pay for so much more to go to prison.
When I was 9 years old, some random old dude driving a white van asked me to get inside his car. And since
What
I'm
the
not stupid, I said
fuck?
go and walked away. But as I was leaving, I heard him shout that he had free lollipops. And since I am a cheapskate, I accepted the bribe. But instead of eating his dingling, I shoved the lollipop up his guy out like a butt plug and called the cops. However, today I concerningly found out that even cops can fall for bribes when suspects try to seduce cops and succeed by police secrets.
In today's episode, we are going to look at an interesting case involving Officer Anthony Hare, who was caught with a female suspect in the backseat of a police car.
Ooh, okay, so, yeah, they were definitely, potentially, most definitely, potentially doing the friggity. So what's the,
And I can't say the rest of it because you just got to watch the video. Mostly because I just don't want to get demonetized, okay? I just don't want to lose the channel either. I don't want to lose the channel. I'm sorry, I'm not losing the channel today, baby! It's the hell no, not losing this channel. No! Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I'm not losing the channel. If you want to lose the channel, go somewhere else, because I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I know it's gonna sound better if I had a high quality microphone. I know it would.
Ask Watts covering the
Microphone that can
present, which
exactly
Notion, so he must
where
place
I
the
hear
threat to his credit as the
when I
superstar
record
keeps
from the
hot stuff
microphone,
on
a
his
specific
phone
microphone
going
that
to
said that I can hear what I exactly just said. Hear what I exactly just said from my voice from my perspective. I would mostly be happy. And that'll be it. Yes, 20 minutes. Bye!